This is Jennifer Mlott, Firestorm.
Here we go again from the top. Turn against stop. You think your words have weight, like your hands hold her fate. She's heard it all 1,000 times. Crawl through the glass and walk the line. She's stronger now that she's ever been. She grew a thicker skin. She takes bullets, she catches breaks, she conjures and other tricks. Whiz on by those sticks and stones, pluck the thorns and build a Here we go once again, another chance to begin. Gotta take that shot. She can't be who she's not. She knows well, but she won't forget. You smothered her fire and lit your cigarette, but she came out stronger somehow. You can't catch her now. She takes bullets, she catches breaks, she conjures and other tricks. Whizzed on by those sticks and stones, pluck the thorns and build a She built a home of steel and stone, strong enough to brave the storm. She's so smart and indestructible. She's a fire star. She takes bullets, she catches breaks, she conjures and other tricks. Whiz on by those sticks and stones, pluck the thorns and build a home. She takes bullets, she catches breaks, she conjures and other tricks. Whiz on by those sticks and stones, pluck the thorns and build a
This is Chit and Chat, the Encouraging One Another podcast, where it's all about encouragement.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chit and Chat, the Encouraging One Another podcast. I'm your host, Jody Sheffield. We are back with another exciting episode, and as always, bringing great music by some amazing musicians. Also, want to thank Lone Star Donuts and Tequiza for being sponsors of this podcast. They are both locally owned and operated here in Silverdale, Washington. I want to thank Omar and Roberto for being part of this, and stay tuned for some commercials about them, sharing about their tasty foods, and if you're in the area, order some. They've been a great part of this podcast, so thank you guys, really appreciate it. My guest today has been dancing and competing and winning regional and national titles. She was a dancer on the Radio Disney Extreme team, opening up for upcoming artists like the Jonas Brothers, Angel, and Triple Threat. At the age of 10, she began singing and memorizing albums. Watching Phantom of the Opera for the first time really ignited her passion to pursue singing. In 2011, at the age of 14, she won the National Tap Championship. Now, she's an award-winning recording artist. She's won awards left and right, and she is a multi-talented musician who electrifies her audience with her beautiful vocals, her stage presence, and charisma. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is Jennifer Mlott, here on the Chit and Chat Encouraging One Another podcast.
That's what I like.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is Jennifer Mlott. Hoping I'm saying that correctly.
Yes.
She is a multi-talented everything, and we're gonna have fun today, talking and just getting to know her. How are you today?
I am doing great. I am trying to stay warm and toasty. I know it's holiday season and my favorite time of the year. So, how are you doing?
Good. Here in Washington State, we had a little bit of snow and ice the last week or so. So my little cul-de-sac is still a little sheet of ice, but
Oh
everywhere else
no.
is okay. So I love snow when I have to go nowhere. You know,
Exactly.
I have a full-time
Exactly.
job and a part-time job, and I do podcasting. I'm always on the go. But if I didn't live in the woods and had nowhere to go, I'd be happy with snow.
Right. I love when you can like just stay home, huddle in and just watch the snow fall and
Yep.
you don't have any plans. It's so perfect.
Leave your
Cozy
sweatpants on
warm.
and drink coffee all day.
Correct. Me, hot chocolate or hot apple
Okay.
cider. That's my favorite.
I'm a cideraholic as well.
Yes.
Before we dive into some fun conversations, I love throwing some icebreaker questions at my guests and picking their
Okay.
brains a little bit. And this portion of the podcast is brought to you by Kiza. They're a local taco shop in the area,
Ooh,
and they have
yummy.
some great tacos. Are you a taco connoisseur?
I wouldn't say I'm a connoisseur, but I love tacos.
Okay. Is there a local taco spot in the area?
We have a couple Mexican restaurants that I like. One's called Red Habanero. They have really fresh Mexican food, just like
Mm.
amazing chicken and, everything like that. And Red Habanero, La Hacienda, El Rodeo. So, yeah, I love Mexican food.
Get me hungry.
Yeah.
All right, question number one. If you could step into a time machine, kind of like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and go back to any era, and the days of knights and castles or the 60s, which era would you prefer to share your music and why?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I would say that me personally, I find the 80s very interesting.
Okay.
Um, I just absolutely love the whole vibe of the 80s. I don't know if my music would match the 80s. But something like that.
You never know.
Um, exactly. But that's probably where I would want to travel to.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, I'm an 80s kid, but
Oh, well, there you go.
I grew up, I was born in 70. I grew up in the 80s, but I always been I like the 50s and 60s. I love that music. I love that
Uh-huh.
the Beach Boys way in the 60s, around 60s, I guess it was. And this is different kind of music back in the days. It changes every year, it seems like.
Right, exactly.
All right, question number two. When you're growing up, what was your dream job, and are you currently doing your dream job now?
Ooh, okay. Well, growing up, I was very into dancing, and
Mhm.
I still am in a way. I danced from the age of 8 years old all the way to about 18, 19, and I started becoming a choreographer and teacher for other dancers.
Mhm.
So I kind of did a full circle. I was a student, then I was a teacher, I was a choreographer, and now I do some choreography here and there, but I'm also a judge. So
Oh
judging
wow.
regional competitions, national competitions. I do. that on the side occasionally when, everything fits into my schedule.
Hmm.
But dance has always been a very big part of my life. So I don't think it'll ever go away. But I've really shifted my focus after, I would say, couple years after high school to really pursue my music career. So
Okay.
that's where my main focus is now, but occasionally I still do um, you know, what I wanted when I was really little. And I'm just kind of stuck in the arts either way, so it works. I love
What
it.
are some of the ages that you teach? So you teach little kids or teenagers or what?
Both. So
Okay.
I taught kids who were like 7, 8 to 11, 12, 13, all the way up to 18. It's kind of something when you have competitive dance, you go up to the age of 18.
Hmm.
So I think my oldest that I taught was around 17. Um, I might have had a couple seniors in my last year, but 18 is the max. And then you can, teach kids when they're itty bitty babies too. So,
So my daughter did a couple of years of dance. My sister-in-law, she did a lot of dance as a girl in school, homeschool. But I went to several, about 6 or 7 nutcrackers.
oh my goodness. Yep, I've been in a couple of those too.
It, it needed a little more exciting, a little more excitement. I think you see the same one over and over again.
Well, I really specialize in tap dancing.
Okay.
That's something that is a humongous passion of mine and has been ever since I was like 11 or 12. And musical theater, like Broadway,
Hmm.
stuff like that. So maybe you've seen a little bit of that too.
Okay. I believe you're 26, 27, correct?
Yes, I am. I'm 26, and in January I'll be 27.
If you could give yourself some advice to your younger self, you're young already anyway. What advice would you give yourself?
I think one of the biggest lessons that I've had to learn is to know my worth, whether that's in a job, a relationship, or a friendship, anything like that, to know your worth.
Hmm.
And I just think that's very important, and just be true to yourself. Everyone's unique in their own special ways. And I feel like some people try to drift towards other people and like I want to be like them when in reality what people really want is to see you as you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um I've always tried to stay true to myself, but it is tricky sometimes. Like, I try not to compare myself to others, and it's just really like a thing about growing up. You just have to learn to just be true to yourself, and that's the way people will, genuinely love you for who you are
Hmm.
rather than trying to be somebody you're not, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So many times, I believe too. We raised 4 kids ourselves. My youngest graduated last year, and I think it's a lot of times, especially today, is a lot of I would say bullying. I guess
Hmm.
oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and you can do whatever you want, whatever your heart and
Right.
mind says you to. You could go for it.
Exactly. I've had my fair share of that too, and it's very hard when you're a kid because
Hmm.
what you want to do is you want to fit in and you want to, everyone to like you, but in reality, like not everyone in the entire world is going to like you, and that's just the way it is. And it's something that you just have to learn, and you just try your best, but um, nobody's perfect, that kind of thing. You
Okay.
just got to be you.
That's a great song. You just gotta be you.
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome. I'm here for you. Question number 4. Just briefly, you're in Indianapolis, uh,
Yes.
Indiana, right?
Uh-huh.
And so you're the travel guide. You're my travel guide for a second. My family's coming down a little mini vacation in your neck of the woods. What are a few spots that you recommend us seeing, and 2 places to go eat?
Wow, that's a good question. Let's
I work
see.
hard on these questions.
I know they're very thought-provoking. Well, I don't want to give like too much detail or
Sure.
anything. But there's a lot of beautiful things in Indianapolis. Indiana's kind of known for, farming and corn and all that stuff. But in reality, like we have the speedway, like all that stuff, all the car racing, all that good stuff. I
Hmm.
really like the zoo. I'm a animal person. I absolutely love animals. Our zoo is very beautiful. I like our art museum. Let's see, where do I like to eat? We talked about Mexican food earlier. Um, I was gonna say, there is this restaurant I've really loved called Castleton Grill when I was younger, but they closed down.
Oh no.
I'm trying to think of something very unique. Um, hmm. I'm gonna have to think on that,
Okay.
honestly.
All right.
Let me like think about it, and then we'll just like go on to the next question, and then I'll have an answer
No
eventually.
problem. And the last question: if you could perform on stage with three musicians, past or present, who are you singing with and why?
Hmm. I would love to sing with Carrie Underwood. I know she's a very famous celebrity country artist, but I just really genuinely love how she is such a. It seems to me that she's a very genuine person. I
Mhm.
really love how she spreads her music out. She likes to, she loves obviously country music. She's more modern country as well. She likes gospel. She just put a beautiful Christmas album out. I love how she's so true to her faith too. And I just really think that she would be a great person to get to know. I just think I we would connect really well. I love Kelly Clarkson. I think she's great. Her music is fantastic. I'd like to sit down with her and have a conversation about her life, and obviously perform. I mean,
Mhm.
her vocals are killer. Who else? I think Miranda Lambert. She is like the sassy one of like the group, and I just think she's really cool. I'd love to get to know her too, and see her perform and perform with her. I mean, like, oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. I love her music. I do play some of her covers. I play covers as well, like when I'm
Mhm.
gigging and things like that, and I love her music. So probably those three.
That'd be a fun concert to go see.
Yes, definitely.
During our conversation today, we'll share about you growing up a little bit and the
Okay.
variety of things you've done. For those out there who might not know who you are, can you give us a little brief bio on who Jennifer Mlott is?
Okay. Well, my name is Jennifer Mlott. I'm a singer-songwriter. I live here in Indianapolis, Indiana, but I record down in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where my producer is, the recording studio, all of that. I travel the Midwest. I perform in Indiana, throughout Indiana, and Kentucky. Let's see, Tennessee. Trying to think of. I would just say the Midwest, honestly.
Okay.
Um, One of the things I was the entertainer of the year for the International Singer Songwriter Association in
Congra-
2021.
Congratulations.
So thank you. So that was something that I was really working towards, and um, I was super grateful for that. And I've been just performing with my guitar and just going around. I do have a charity that I'm working on called Mlott's of Love, and it's my last name, Mlott's of Love. Um, and I'm like trying to, do some things in my community and helping others and, things like that. And I've performed down on Music Row, downtown Nashville. So that was something that I've been working towards. I did mention I'm a dancer as well. So when I was dancing full time, I would say I did win nationals when I was, I think, 14 years old. I won nationals in Myrtle Beach with one of my tap solos. So
Hmm.
that was one of the biggest goals I ever made for myself when I was, still in, the high school years.
Right.
So, to go from dancing to singing, I just love both of them. I work with Clothe a Child, Down Syndrome Foundation, Riley's Children's Hospital, places like that. I really love kids. I just love working with them and seeing them smile and, performing for them. I think it's so enjoyable and so pure, and I just love it so much.
That I have that on my list too, and to talk about as well.
Yes.
And I see you started your journey as a senior dancer at 8 years old. 8 years old. Kids are supposed to be outside playing at 8 years old.
Well, it's interesting because I just like really fell in love with being on stage. I think, you know, when you're younger, getting up on stage is very intimidating. And I did have to like, get over that fear. Everyone
Mhm.
gets those nerves and like you're very like it's very nerve wracking at first, but now going on stage and being on stage ever since I was younger, um, you know, kind of feels like home. I still get nervous, I still get the butterflies, but it's more of like excitement rather than like, oh my goodness,
Right.
I'm I don't know what's going to go on, but and yeah, so I've been putting out some albums. I'm hoping to put out an album very soon and put out new music for you guys. So
Awesome.
I'm really looking forward to that. I've been
What was it about?
writing.
What was it about singing? It really pulled you in. Was there some like a singer you followed, or like were you singing around the house with mom, or?
Well, it's funny you say that because my mom is actually a vocal and piano teacher. So
Oh.
I've obviously got my arts, the love of arts through my mom,
Hmm.
and I think I've been around it so long, and I was taking lessons and learning to sing properly and all of the things like that. I mean, I was in choir in high school, but my mom has really helped me find my true like um my true style, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah, hone your
um
skills in. Right, right.
yeah, I'm really grateful, and my mom is everything to me, my mom and dad, so I'm very, very lucky. Like, I just have like the best parents in the world.
They
um
really gave you encouragement.
they really did.
That's
And
awesome.
I know that that is such a huge part of, pursuing something like this. If
Hmm.
you have support from your parents or your sisters or brothers. I mean, I'm an only child, so, being, having my mom and my dad and my family and really close friends supporting me, like, it just really does mean the world because this is what I love and this is what I'm trying to pursue. And you know, it's kind of like you never work a day in your life when you're doing something you love. And
Right.
I look forward, to, performing and gigging and writing, and my goal is to make my music heal others and help people get through things. So,
I
um
feel you. I wish I could podcast full time because I love talking to people, and I believe every
right,
story. It's so much fun just to get people where they've been and where they're at. It's so cool.
exactly. Yeah. So you totally understand.
I saw that a particular movie really sparked your singing bug. Movie that was?
Well,
I saw it in your bio somewhere.
I was gonna say I loved Phantom of the Opera.
There you go.
I don't sing opera, although I have sang a couple of songs from Phantom of the Opera. But Phantom of the Opera, when I was little, I remember sitting with my nanny, my grandma, and she would play that, and I knew every single word. I knew the whole dialogue, like to the whole entire movie. I mean, I've seen the Broadway show too, but the movie and just
Mm.
like the essence of just like it just captures you and grabs you in, like, oh, I just love that movie. But The Greatest Showman,
My grandkids love that one.
oh my gosh, that's another one. I just, like the song "This Is Me"
Yep.
made me bawl my eyes out. I was like, yes, like the power and intensity that song has, and Never Enough. Like, oh my goodness, those songs are so powerful, and that's what I want. Like, I want to be able to do that too.
I know you're seeing Moulin Rouge or not, but you McGregor, and I love that the songs in that movie are so cool.
Yes, definitely. Oh my goodness.
Can you share about what it really meant when you really dove into singing, and you were all in. Do you remember the first time you sang at a performance or a concert?
Yeah. Well, I have a few things. I think the first time I was ever in a recording studio,
Hmm.
that really um what's the saying, like, you get the bug kind of thing. Like,
Hmm.
it just like instantly drew me in. I remember I was in Nashville, and it's a long story, but I met a producer in Nashville, and I recorded with her for a while. And the first time I heard my voice through this like crystal clear microphone and wearing headphones, like, I literally was stunned because I don't know how to explain it. Like, you hear your voice every single day, but if
Hmm.
you hear your voice through, this microphone, it just was like, whoa. And it actually like made me tear up because I was like, wow, like, I sound like that. And I've really grown and learned through the years and everything like that. But that was something that really hit me, and I was like, I want to do this. I want to record. I want to write. I want to, I've always loved music, being in dance. I mean, in dance you have all these different genres of jazz, tap, ballet, and you listen to all these different, you know, music styles. And I don't know, music has just like always got me. I just love it so much.
And I saw you were, speaking of dancing again, you were on the Radio Disney Extreme team. Can you share about that a little
Yes.
bit?
Yes, when I was younger, I was on the Radio Disney Extreme team, and we would go around and perform and open up for different celebrities when they came in town, and it was super exciting. I had a blast doing that.
And I saw you open for the Jonas Brothers.
Yes,
Other
yes.
Any other big names you remember top of your head?
I do remember a couple, although I don't know where they are today. I remember this trio called Triple Threat.
Hmm.
They were fantastic. They were gorgeous girls, and I just remember like getting their autograph, and I was in awe, and they were just very sweet. And then I remember this girl named Angel. She was like getting into like the pop scene, and she was great too. I got a like free CD from her, and autograph and all that. But that means the world to you when you're a kid, and when you
Hmm.
get to speak to people that are pursuing their dreams like that. I mean, I love I love talking to kids too, and it just like really means the world to me when they can come up to you and say, "Oh my gosh, like, I want to do this when I grow up." It's like, wow. Like, no, because it's like the responsibility, and to be able to inspire kids to do what they want to do
Right.
and pursue that, like, oh, it just means so much to me.
And you may not know it, but I'm sure you're inspiring kids of all ages to, pursue their dreams and take it, go for dance or go for singing or go for both. And
Right.
I truly believe you are inspiring kids at all ages.
Oh, thank you. I really try to, and I try to be someone that they can, look up to, or if they have any questions, I'm like, hey, just send me a message. I love to, talk to you and, figure things out.
Mhm. Do you have a goal, like a chart in your home, at your house or whatever? Some goals that you're trying to pursue in your musical career, either singing in Nashville, or are you just going for day by day and just enjoying the moment?
You know, it's kind of both. I would say I have been, striving to achieve certain goals, like getting my first album out, and obviously that's happened. I've put out a few, and things like that. But it's also day by day. When you're recording or writing music. I honestly think my goal is to be able to help people heal when it comes to my music.
Hmm.
I know for a fact that when I write, it just really helps me get through things, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, to put it down on paper and to, give it to other people so they can really tap into it. I mean, I think that's also like the dancer in me too. I mean, dancing to music, feeling, the rhythm and, just like expressing yourself through like your body. I mean, that's like what dancing is.
Right.
But, now being a singer, it's both. It's being able to touch people's hearts or, help people with, difficulties in their life or just amazing moments. I want to be able to be that artist that they like want to play, and if they hear that song it just takes them back to a certain memory.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that would be something amazing to be able to be that for somebody
Do
else.
you remember the first song you wrote? If so, what was it?
Yes, it's actually a song that I put out called Live and Learn. I wrote that one first, I would say. Um i it's a very important song to me. Have you heard it?
I'm not.
No, okay. It's definitely one of the first songs I wrote. I think it is my first one. I was honestly like sitting down with my guitar and I was trying to come up with some w- just like something like what am I going to write about,
Mhm.
And I was just kind of reflecting on a past relationship and I just decided to write the song about that. And um I was strumming different chords until I found something that really like resonated with me. And I was having trouble like finding the words to start my song. And that's literally the first line to the song. It was like try to pick a chord to play my song because it was kind of like you're in my brain and I can't get you out kind of thing.
Right, right.
And it's kind of funny but it's if you tried to find the words, they came out wrong. Like I was trying to just really tap into myself, and it's difficult sometimes when you do that. But the song is about growing through life and growing through experiences, whether it's a relationship or not. And it just really helped me. And it's learning what you want, what you don't want, and seeing the warning signs, and just igniting your fears and walking away from whatever it is if it doesn't suit you. So
Do you find at times you got to pinch yourself, going, "Is this real? Is what I'm doing?" You're on the road a lot, I'm sure, and you're just singing in different places and venues. Is this real?
definitely, definitely. When I'm able to travel to different places, like I think it's fantastic when something you love can take you to different places in the world. Like that's like one of my other big goals is to travel the world and
Mm,
see, meet people that I've met through social media like in person. Like I have friends from Tokyo and I have friends from London. How cool would it be to
yeah.
have your music reach all these people and you can meet them in person. And um, it's amazing what music can do, you know?
I get kind of shocked when I go online and kind of see where my podcast reaches. I have some folks in Germany and Australia listening.
Right.
And I'm like, what?
Right. It's like, oh my goodness, like I never thought in a million years that like, I would have friends from all over the world and they speak different languages but they also speak English and you can have conversations with them online and it's amazing. It's such a incredible feeling that your music can, really resonate with people from all over the world. It's awesome.
And you're currently an indie artist, better known as an independent artist. For those out there who might not know what an independent artist is or does, can you share a little bit about that? What the amazing community you have of support with other musicians you have?
Yes, being an indie artist is honestly terrific. I mean, I've met so many people um, you know, trying to spread my music throughout the world and I've met other artists who are independent and it's a really cool feeling to, be able to control your music and, everyone starts out as an independent artist usually.
Hmm.
So, depending on your goals and your dreams, if you, want to pursue a record label, fantastic. But it doesn't mean you don't have to. I mean, you can be an independent artist forever. Or
Right.
you can, get into, a recording label, etc. So it's just about what you want. And it's just like really cool to have, people, like I said, like people from all over the world. I mean, I listen to people's music from all over the world, and it's just a really cool thing to have a community like that.
Hmm.
And as an independent artist, it's kind of tricky sometimes, and um, it's a lifestyle that's a little different from the norm. And it's really nice to have a bunch of friendships and people you can connect with and ask questions and like just everyone hypes each other up, which I think is really nice.
I've
There's
had a
not a lot of
good
like
variety of musicians on that are indie artists, and it's really fun getting the story and where they came from. It's really, really cool.
exactly, like it's not so competitive rather than everyone's just trying to hype each other up
Oh
and
yeah,
like lift each other up. And I think that's really cool.
a lot of folks are collaborating with other musicians and shit.
Right,
Oh yeah, it's so cool. And
exactly.
earlier you mentioned you're the 2021 International Singer Songwriter Association Entertainer of the Year. That's a mouthful. Uh, let's see, 2020, you're the Vocus of the Year. In 2019, you're the Rising Star of the Year. With all the awards you're getting from, what's it like? What when you're from your especially when your peers? What is that like for you?
And honestly, it really means a lot to me because when you're writing music and you're trying to come up with the words and you put out this song that came from your soul, when you have people that genuinely love that and support that, it means the world. I
Mhm.
mean, it's difficult to really put yourself out there sometimes when something is really raw and you're just, man, I really hope people enjoy this or really connect with it. When you have like a group of people that um take that and they're like, wow, like you're really going for it, and receiving an award like that,
Mhm.
it just it sounds cheesy, but it really does mean the world because it's coming from your heart, you know,
Yeah,
and it just means a lot. I know I said that 3 times, but you
it's
get what
it's
I'm saying.
it's I'm sure it is. What's that word? You gotta, I guess, take a step back and put yourself again. Going, this is real. This is,
Right,
God put you on this path, this career, and
right,
you're sharing your
exactly.
gift.
Yeah, when you get to reflect on all of that and you're like, wow, like people really do, love my music and love me for me. And I think that's something that's really exciting and makes you want to, write more and, see what people think. I think it's just really fun.
So I did listen to 3 of your songs, and I want you to
Okay.
share about each of them,
Okay.
a little tidbit or something. The first
Yeah.
was Firestorm.
Firestorm. Okay.
You share about that a little bit.
Okay. Well, Firestorm is one of the newest songs that I wrote. And there's so much I can say about this song. But it's honestly just a song that I wrote that's very close to my heart.
Hmm.
Um, I wrote it because I wanted to help people pull themselves out of like the darkness. And
Mm,
I know we talked about bullying earlier.
yeah.
Bullying is a subject that's really important to me because I know how it feels, how it affects you, and how it affects you for a long time.
Hmm.
And, writing this song really helped me come to grips with my past experiences with that. Um, like, and in dark moments, I hope that that song will help bring light to people.
Okay.
And Firestorm is about growing through like trials and tribulations and, you know, just trying to push through the storms and, but not only like it's hard to explain. It's a song that's like you're never giving up, and it's getting back up 1,000 times
Okay.
and crawling through the glass and growing thicker skin. And it's about not running away from the storm, but building a home in the storm.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah.
Strength and courage, and that's like that anthem. Let those words that people say to you fuel your fire and become a firestorm. That
Uh,
was kind of the
there you
idea.
go. Fuel the fire. I like that.
Yeah.
The second one was you showed off a little of your tap skills. This song was called "Different Drummer."
Yes. That's one of my older songs. A Different Drummer is like a song all about just being you. And I thought, what better way to do that than to, just add a little bit of me in there,
Hmm.
with my tap. And I was trying to come up with something that was a little different. And I was thinking like electric tap or try to come up with a new genre. But I was trying to make my tap music, my tapping skills, the like percussion of that song.
Okay.
And that was the idea, and I really enjoyed it. It was a very interesting process, to say the least, because you had to record it, but you also had to match it and all that stuff. So it was just a really awesome experience. But it's about, you know it's called Different Drummer because you just are beating to your own drum and being yourself.
There you
And
go. Yeah.
that's what we talked about earlier. So
And the last one I listened to, I like the vibe, and it just kind of takes me to you were saying it's cold here. It was taking me to a warm place. I was thinking, warmer weather. It's called Senses.
yes. Yes, I wrote that song, and oh my goodness. It's a song about how love can make you feel like your senses are just like kind of all over the place, and love, like everything seems brighter and more vibrant,
Hmm.
you know. I wanted to capture that feeling of falling in love
Okay.
in a song. And it's about looking through the world through those like rose-colored glasses and seeing everything good in the world. It's just a very uplifting, fun song. It
So,
kind of has a like a beachy kind of vibe to it. Just
right.
a very summery kind of song. So,
Bring on
very
the summer.
positive.
Bring on the summer, please.
I know. We're just getting into winter. I think it's going to be a long snowy winter, to say the least.
It's okay. Oh, we'll get through it.
I love it. I love it. I think I really enjoy it, but I know some people do not like it. But fall and winter are definitely my favorite seasons.
You have the opportunity to collaborate with other musicians. Can you take us
Yes.
behind the scenes, like doing a session when you're collaborating with another artist? How do you come up with ideas for a song? Do you come already prepare with some songs, or how does that work behind the scenes?
I I want to say that it's really depending on the person.
Okay.
I've collabed with a few different people, and every single time it's been different. Um, I collabed with Hunter Lott, Lott. It's kind of funny because our last names are very similar.
And that's
We
funny
did a
because I had him on the podcast as well.
Yes, he's a very awesome, sweet person, and I had a really fun time collabing with him. And it was funny because it was actually during COVID, so we couldn't like be together like per se, so we had to FaceTime. And during those FaceTimes, we were giving each other's ideas, and we were writing a song about, it's called Eyes on You. It's like a love song, that kind of thing. And it was different from other collaborations because we were in that time where, everyone was staying away from each other. It was a lot more difficult to like talk to your friends, let alone someone from like, a bunch of states away.
Right.
So, we collabed through FaceTime and we got together, and we do have the same producer. So that was great. And, when everything settled down and everything, we recorded the song, and I think it turned out really great. Hunter's a very nice person, and I had a lot of fun. So
I did see a video. I'm like, you're in a bar, I think, and I thought I saw Hunter to your back. He was on the guitar. I'm like, it looks like Hunter, but I can't tell. It's really similar to Hunter, but I can't
that might have
tell.
been like at the Commodore Grill, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, when I go to Nashville, I see him once in a while, and it's not that's what it is about indie artists. Like, you just have this community of people, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be in town, and let's do a round together.
Mhm.
So really cool.
And we'll now talk about your charities, or excuse me, the organizations you work with: Clothe the Child, Down
Yeah.
Foundation, Rise Children's Hospital. You do Team Joey Foundation, Toys for Tots, and create a cure. You are nonstop, aren't you?
Well, it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I just like I said, I love working with kids. I love performing for them. I love seeing their faces light up, and
Mhm.
um, I love to help kids. I just think it's something really important and something that everyone should nurture. And um, I love to help inspire kids too.
Can you share a little more about Malots of Love as well, and what the foundation is, and why did you want to create a foundation that to do that and to help kids?
Well, Lots of Love, I started, I believe it was a year ago, and I I honestly love working with people and, helping people out. I thought My Lots of Love could be something that helps children. I do say that I focus on, battered women's shelters, children's orphanages, things like that. And I created like a book drive and collected books and, taking them to, battered women's shelters and things like that. And
Mhm.
giving these kids an outlet when, they're going through a difficult time or, things like that. I just love to, help people in general. And I thought my charity could focus on, different things at different seasons. I'd love to help, the homeless. I'd love to, like I said, I love working with Toys for Tots and the Down Syndrome Foundation, performing for them too, aside from my charity. And Clothe a Child is another charity that I work with that you go and you work with other families that they need like items, clothes for whether it's school or, the winter time. You take
Mhm.
these people, you raise money and take these families and go shopping. And, around Christmas time, there's Santa, and Santa brings gifts. And it's a very heartwarming thing. And it's just
That's
something
awesome.
that I love to do.
That's
So
awesome.
thank
Can you
you.
talk about your website and how people can follow you and any upcoming events you may have going on in the area?
Yeah. So my website is pretty easy to remember. Um, it's just jennifermalott.com, Mlott. I've got my music and tour schedule on there. If you want to check where I'm going to be next, I have a biography on there, some music videos. I have a shop if you want to check out. I've got some stickers, like some little things like that.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. I'm going to be downtown at the Athenaeum on December 8th. And I've been performing all around Indiana because it's obviously the holiday season. um, the Winterfest in Lawrence, I'm going to be there next week. And Connor Prairie's Blitzen Bandstand. I've got few shows there. I was like talking a little too fast there. And the Carmel Chris Kindle Market, it's very Christmas themed right now.
Okay.
In January, it'll be more regular gigs. I do have some other gigs as well this month, but
This
we're
podcast
focusing on the Christmas holidays.
perfect. This podcast is all about encouraging others. And as we begin to wrap up, thank you so much for your time. I was wondering if you could share some there. We might have discussed a little bit already about the people who have their dreams bullied, if you will, and what can you say to someone who to continue to motivate them to keep singing, to keep dancing, and whatever negativity comes their way, to just walk away from that negativity and just keep moving forward. Any words of wisdom for someone today?
Yes. Like I said, words like that can stay with you forever, but it's what you do with those words that, you know, how it like helps you and how it affects you that matters the most. Like really let those words fuel your fire, and just become someone that you really want to be and be true to yourself. And don't let anyone tell you that you're not good enough or you don't belong. I mean,
Mhm.
everyone on this earth has a purpose, and if you're gonna, do something that you love, you got to fight for it, and you just got to be true to yourself, and just be you, and be your genuine self, because that's how people will love you. Just help, like, I just want my music to help people, get back up on their feet, and get strength to get back up again.
Gotcha.
So, just be you.
And I really believe when you receive people receive encouraging words and words of affirmation, it gives them a spark to really move forward, to keep moving forward. And so, Jennifer, thank you so much for your time. I wish you nothing but continued success. If you're ever in the Pacific Northwest in Washington State, let me know. We'll do coffee, and just wish you nothing but the best. And thank you for all you do and encouraging others and sharing your gifts and
Oh, thank
your
you.
charities. And it's just an honor. I'm glad I came across you, and just thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and thank you so much for giving us indie artists the platform to, talk about our music. I think that's extremely important.
Anytime.
Important. So,
Merry
thank
Christmas.
you.
Great year.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a, Merry Christmas too.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Jason Biddle, Low.
Tried to get rich quick, find the next big thing. Just looking for what money could bring. I found a pot of gold, I thought I became a rich man. It felt like nothing could bring me down. I called myself a king, I made myself a crown. I sat on my throne and began to drown in the quicksand. Man, listen. It ain't what you got, it ain't what you hold. It ain't money in the bank or bags of gold. Let's not forget the things been told you. It ain't what you say, it ain't who you know, or how far you run or how high you go. If you wanna save your soul, you gotta get low. Saw myself. From that day I wanted nothing else. I was delivered. And up is down and down is up. You wanna learn to live, you gotta learn to love. You wanna reach the top, you gotta take the plunge in the river. It ain't what you got, it ain't what you hold. It ain't money in the bank or bags of gold. Let's not forget the things been told you. Take it from me. Heaven's treasure can't be found until your castle crashes down. Until your castle crashes down. It ain't what you got, ain't what you hold. It ain't the money in the bank or bags of gold.
was Jason Biddle, Low, and you can check out his music at Jason Biddle. It's BIDDLE music.com. He was a guest a few weeks ago. Tremendous story, and that's Jason Biddle and Low.
Are you craving some authentic, fresh Mexican food? I got two places for you. Are you ready? You got a pen and paper? One, Tequila Street. It's a mobile food truck located in Silverdale, Washington at 9571 Silverdale Way. They have some of the best breakfast burritos I've ever eaten. My favorite is the barbecued pulled pork burrito. They have other Mexican items as well, but breakfast burritos are amazing. You can reach them at 360-914-9152. That's Tequila Street. Also, at the Kitsap Mall in Silverdale, Washington, there's Tequila. There, they have over 5 kinds of tacos, burritos, chimichangas, and my favorite there, grilled jalapenos. Delicious. I know, I'm getting you hungry, right? Either Tequila Street or Tequila, and their number at the mall is 360-698-4335. Roberto and his staff are amazing. They're friendly, and their food is delicious. Come on by, check them out. That's Tequila Street at 9571 Silverdale Way in Silverdale, or Tequila at the Kitsap Mall in Silverdale. 360-698-4335. I'm telling you, they got some of the best Mexican food in Kitsap County. It's locally owned and operated and very, very good. See you there. Are you craving some donuts? Not your run-of-the-mill, be on the shelf for who knows how long donuts. No. These are Lone Star donuts. They're big, huge, light, and fluffy. That's over 50 flavors. Lone Star Donuts. At 10876 Maury Place, Silverdale, Washington. You can give them a call too. 360-204-5021. Lone Star Donuts. The best in the West. Delicious as always. Oh yeah, over 50 flavors. Come on, check them out. Lone Star Donuts.
This is my good friend Daryl Dominic with this song, Honor and Loyalty.
Yeah. Daryl Dominic, Dre Murray. We just being honest. We keep it solid, I promise. Hey, let's get it. No matter what happens, hold it down for my dog. Cause of honor and loyalty. Honor and loyalty. Many people leave, I still ride for the Lord. Cause of honor and loyalty. Honor and loyalty. People get in new circles and they change. It ain't the same that it used to be. It ain't though. Get in they feelings and go against the grain. It ain't the same that it used to be. Yeah, it ain't though. Ain't too many that's loyal, that's repping the soil. They quick to betray you, then they will avoid you. They bitter and spoil. We king, so we roll you with heat and it boils. It's twisted like coils. We solid, we polish. Be honest, we hold to the promise that God is the Father. God is don't bother. The snakes trying to strip us of honor. Work hard like blue collars. We hotter than sonnets. Put that on my mama. A lot of head nodders abandon the father when they got a problem. I try not to label, put them in the column, but love ain't the same when you saying you got. Cause loyalty can mean different things. I'm to myself when I'm switching lanes. Ain't in this game just to entertain. My character won't go against the grain. I value my integrity, follow my convictions, no felony. I'm ambitious just to tell them G. In every sentence I'll never leave, but others do and I let them be. Cause only God can set them free. Yeah, selling out is hella weak, so a fried homie I'll never be. No matter what happens, hold it down for my dog. Cause of honor and loyalty. Many people leave, I still ride for the Lord. Cause of honor and loyalty. People get in new circles and they change. Ain't the same that it used to be. It ain't though. Get in their feelings and go against the grain. Ain't the same that it used to be. It ain't though.
We throw around day one like it don't mean nothing. That value down, it was just a phrase. Your loyalty used to mean something. They think your value's down, guess it was just a phase. Got you thinking about all the time you gave. They were first in line when receiving praise. They were first in line to see the accolades, but you pardon them, they gotta catch a wave. Yeah, there's been a trade, no cap space, so you made room for the true and living. This is real life, no rap space, because of God's grace you have been forgiven. He forgave me, don't question that. Yeah, he saved me. Love brought me back, so I forgive you. Yeah, peace and love I give you. Man, imagine that. I pray one day that we're not quick to point out our mistakes. Instead of hurt and pain, we will turn and seek his face. He took our sin to the Father and he pled our case. This is the life that I gotta chase.
No matter what happens, hold it down for my dog. Cause of honor and loyalty. Many people leave, I still ride for the Lord. Cause of honor and loyalty. People get in new circles and they change. Ain't the same that it used to be. It ain't though. Get in their feelings and go against the grain. Ain't the same that it used to be. It ain't though.
Thanks to Daryl Dominic for letting me share his music. He's a truly gifted musician. And Daryl Dominic. You can find him on Facebook and YouTube. Just a great heart and always singing some amazing, amazing music. Thanks, Daryl D.
I'm so excited to be featuring Alex Storn, an interview coming up here on Chit and Chat. And this is one of his songs, Shadows of the Night. Can't wait to talk to him. Let's rock it out, shall we?
Just like the movies, the loser always wins. And in the shadows, you want to slide on in. Anticipating, I can't wait all night. Exhilarating, we're ready for a fight. We live in the shadows of the night. Out of the darkness we take flight. Possess your soul, steal your life. We live in the shadows of the night. On the outside, always looking in. You feel the hunger, just like a sin. Stimulating, the heat starts to flood. Obliterating, tonight we're out for blood. We live in the shadows of the night. Out of the darkness we take flight. Possess your soul, steal your life. We live in the shadows. We live in the shadows of the night. Out of the darkness we take flight. Possess your soul, steal your life. darkness we take light. Possess your soul, steal your light. We live in the shadows. We live in the shadows of the night. Out of the darkness we take light. Possess your soul, steal your light. We live in the shadows of the night. Shadows, shadows. We live in the shadows of the night.
That was Shadows of the Night by Alex Storn. I can't wait to talk to him here on the Chit and Chat Encouraging $1 podcast. This is Chit and Chat, the Encouraging $1 podcast. What it's all about, encouraging others.